Hi guys, I'm Jessica and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Me and my Johnny Depp sweatshirt are back with another video. First of all, let's just get into this sweatshirt right now. It is Johnny Depp from the movie Cry Baby, and if you have not seen that film, it is absolutely classic. It's a cult favorite. One of the top Johnny Depp movies that I love, and I have it on a sweatshirt now, so there's that. Anyway, I am going to be doing my August wrap-up. It was a pretty solid reading month. I think I read a total of 6 to 7 books. So yeah, and most of the books that I read were pretty good. Like, I didn't really come across any that I absolutely hated or really didn't like. All of the books that I did read were phenomenal, actually. So I'm going to be doing my August wrap-up today for you guys. You can see everything that I have read. And if you are not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and also follow me on Instagram so you can stay on top of everything that I do post. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the first book that I read was Tiny Beautiful Things by Cheryl Strayed. If you are familiar with the book Wild or the movie Wild with Reese Witherspoon, then this is the author that I'm talking about. She wrote this book of advice, so people would write in with stories about pretty much anything and everything. It really focuses on a lot to do with relationships and being with someone else. So there is a lot of love advice in here. But she's essentially an advice column who goes by the name of Sugar, which I just think is so cute. And she gives incredible advice. And by the way, these are real people. So this is not a fiction book. This is, I guess considered nonfiction, because it's definitely real people, real letters that they have written in. And she gives advice back to them. Honestly, the advice that she gives is so spot on, very poignant, and very down to earth as well. You feel like you're just sitting down with your friend or your aunt who is sassy but comes from a really good place. And I just feel like that's me sometimes, you know? Anyway, this book was really good. I loved the advice that she did give. It was really spot on. It's just, especially for being in your late 20s, almost 30, and I just thought that this advice that she gave was just incredible. Tiny Beautiful Things, Cheryl Strayed. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend. Alright, so the next book that I read is Call Me By Your Name. Guys, if you have watched my vlog, then you definitely know my thoughts about this book, so I'm not going to go too much into it, but this book was absolutely incredible. Call Me By Your Name by Andre Aciman. I want to read absolutely everything by this author. Gorgeous, gorgeous writing. I love the movie. I love the book. Just fantastic. And I feel like the writing is just me. You know, it just gets me. If that makes any sense, if I were words, it would be in this book. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but Call Me By Your Name, incredibly gorgeous. If you haven't seen my vlog where I read the book and then watch the movie, definitely go look at that, because I go way deeper into the story. Love it. Gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Go read the book, go watch the movie, let's talk about it, and thank me later. Alright, so the next book that I read is House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. And this book, this book makes me smile every single time because it is so charming and such a good read. I could really gush about this book all day, and I feel like I'd recommend this to absolutely everyone because you can't help but fall in love with the overall story. So the book is about Linus Baker, who is a caseworker for orphanages. He goes around to different orphanages and makes sure that they're up to standard, up to par, make sure they're up and running, and if not, then unfortunately he does shut them down. He is pretty much very type A, is very serious about his work, so he doesn't get emotionally attached to any of the children or people that he necessarily meets, but you can tell that he has a sweet and a very soft side to him. So he is on a very special case, and he goes to this orphanage on this gorgeous island, and he encounters these children at this particular orphanage, and they all have special powers or special ability, and he pretty much is transformed by these children that he meets, as well as, I guess, the headmaster or the owner of the orphanage. He ends up developing a relationship with them, and then it goes on from there. And I could just go on and on about this story, but it is so beautiful. It has so many great themes about equality and about treating people a certain way, about discrimination. I could just go on about it. But anyway, this book is absolutely beautiful. It is adult fiction, but it reads extremely YA. So I feel like it can really transcend age because it caters to so many people, and you know, if you like action, it has action. If you like love, it has love. If you like something slow paced, it has those moments. If you like to be engaged in reading, I think this book offers so much. I will say my only gripe with this book is that they had a lot of like cheesy one-liners in the book. I don't know. It just kind of turned me off a little bit. It was like the same one-liner, line after line after line, and it was like, okay, I get it. Love everyone. Anyway, but I just thought that overall the book was incredible. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Very good. House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. Read it. Highly recommend it. And yeah, it was fantastic. Absolutely great. So the next book that I read is Freedom is a Constant Struggle, Ferguson, Palestine, and the Foundations of a Movement by the Angela Davis. And I was surprised this was the first book that I've read with Angela Davis because I'm such a huge fan of hers and all of the work that she has done, especially in the Black community. This is a collection of essays, of interviews, and of speeches that she has made. And she tackles a lot of issues like Black feminism, intersectionality, the racial divide, not only in America, but, you know, in the world, prison reform. So many things are just in these 150 pages. Honestly, it's a lot to unpack, and I thought I was going to read this in like a day, but it honestly took me like 4 days to read this because it is heavy. There's a lot of information, but it is so educational to know and gives you great guidance on what we need as a society in America and the world. I'm such a huge fan of hers, and I encourage you, if you do not know anything about Angela Davis, please go look her up. Look at her speeches, look at her documentary, look at pretty much anything with her. She has such a huge impact in this society and in this culture. So highly recommend this read. Very informative. Yeah, absolutely love it. And it gives us really great insight and guidance as to what to do about the racial divide because, you know, we still have that going on in 2020. It's crazy. But I love the way that she puts it. It starts with the mind. And I love how she phrases that, and yeah, go get it. It's incredible. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. So this next book that I read is Transcendent Kingdom by Ya Jessie, who is a Ghanaian author. She also wrote Homegoing, which has been circulating like everywhere. I've seen that book. I have not read it, but I definitely want to pick it up because I hear nothing but good things about it. This is her second novel, I think. I don't know, but I think this is her second novel that she wrote. And I also read this for a book club that I am in, and it was chef's kiss, so beautiful. There were so many things that resonated with me in this book, just being Black and coming from a pretty religious background and how we use prayer all the time. And also just dealing with mental illness in the Black community and that still being very taboo and not really talked about very often. I will say, trigger warning, that this book does deal with the topics of addiction and drugs and opioids. So definitely when you read it, it has a lot of heavy themes in this book, but definitely pick it up because it is absolutely stunning. So it is about a Ghanaian family who has come to America and lives in the south of Alabama, or lives in Alabama, which is in the south. And it deals with Gifty, who is a young girl, and she's dealing with just being integrated in American culture and American society, and also living in the shadow of her brother, Nana, who's extremely talented and everyone loves him. And we follow and trace her life and how her family deals with just things that go on. I don't want to say too much about it, but it's absolutely stunning. There's a lot that I can relate to, just being a girl and, again, being Black, being religious. There's a huge religious theme in this book. I thought her writing was so smart, and I want to read everything that she has to put out because she is an incredible writer. Definitely a favorite of mine this year. I gave this one a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I recommend it. Heavy book, but very, very good. All right, so the next book that I have is, well, I'm actually listening to it on audiobook, so I guess I'm listening to it, but the book that I read or completed or listened to, I don't know, I'm losing my train of thought, but the next book that I finished was Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall, and guys, this book is absolutely incredible. I want to give everyone a copy of this book. I feel like Oprah, like, you get a Hood Feminism, and you get a Hood Feminism, and you get a Hood Feminism, and everyone gets a Hood Feminism book, because it is something I truly believe that everyone, men and women, need to read. It's about Black feminism and how to be more inclusive in everything in your life. She breaks it down to film, to the way that, you know, Black women are treated in schools, in the prison reform. She talks about, you know, food, like food-wise, being like on food stamps, how we need to be more inclusive of just Black women every single day. And it really makes you stop and think, am I truly a feminist if I'm not doing these things? And I even had to stop myself, and I consider myself a huge, huge feminist, but I was like, am I doing these things? Do I think this way? Blew my mind with her writing. She is so intelligent and so sharp, and I just want to be friends with her, but I'm a little intimidated because she is just one of a kind. And I love listening to it on audiobook because she was actually the one that was narrating it, and I can just feel her intensity and feel her strength like coming through that audiobook. And it really puts things in perspective for you if you are a feminist or if you call yourself a feminist. And yeah, just something that you should read. Everyone should read this book. I really want a physical copy of this as well. So my birthday is coming up in December. So if any of you lovely people would like to gift me a copy of Hood Feminism, I'd be eternally grateful. Yeah, but absolutely incredible. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. Please go read this book. All right, so the last book, and I feel like this is kind of cheating. It probably is, but I am still reading this book. I started it in September, but I feel like I'm probably going to finish it by like October the 1st. So, but it is You Had Me at Hola by Alex Daria, and it's a fun one. Honestly, this book is so cute and so romancy, and I love it. It's a good one. It's steamy, and I think the writing it's simple, it's clear, and it's a fun one just to read. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. I know it probably doesn't count for like September wrap up, but whatever. I just wanted to stick it in here because you know, I'm reading it for Latina Heritage Month, and I just think it's really fun, and yeah, very, very cute. It's about these two actors, and they are on set, and they develop this relationship. I'm still reading it, so I don't even really know what it's about, but I'm having a lot of fun, and that's all that matters. This one has been circulating a lot. I found this book off of Bookstagram, actually. It was recommended, so I was like, this sounds really fun, and I'm having a good time. I just started it the other day, so that's why like my explanation of it is not that great, but it is about two actors. They're on set of like a telenovela, I think, or a sitcom or a show. I don't really know, but it's about their developing relationship, so it gives me very like Brad Jen vibes, but maybe not the angst, you know, that's included in that. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun reading this, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So there you go. All right, so we did it. Those are the books that I read for the month of September. A lot of them were absolutely incredible. It was a good reading month, so I'm happy that most of the books that I read, you know, really wavered between 4 to 5 stars, which is amazing because I do not grade that high for books at all. So I had a fantastic reading month. Hopefully you guys did too. I'm excited to get into October. It's one of my favorite holidays outside of Christmas because that's my birthday. But I absolutely am excited for October reads. I'm gonna read some spooky stuff, some scary books. Give me any recommendations if you have a good thriller. I absolutely love to be scared. Like, I love reading a good scary book. It just, I don't know, does something to me. So I'm excited about October and the books that I will be reading. Stay tuned. Also, I did decorate my bookshelf a little bit for the fall. It's not so much Halloween, so I think I'm gonna do something else for Halloween. If you haven't checked out that vlog as well, I filmed me kind of decorating, my struggle decorating of my bookcase, so definitely go check out that video and then all of my videos as well. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will see you guys later. Bye!